Following that MVC idea, we also have the views. So in my folder of model is my database, my model information. And in the views folder, I'm keeping all of the views, the actual HTML that I am displaying to the viewers. And so I've created a menu.php, and so that way I don't have to keep recreating a menu system, and I'm including that in all of my views and all of my different pages. That seems pretty straightforward. Notice in this particular link that I just have the query that I'm sending, the query string, not to be confused with database queries, but the query, the get request key value pair that I'm sending to the controller, to the index, to indicate a new action. In this case, this action will be that I want to display the product add page. That is going to be the view that the user will be able to enter in their particular new products. And so I have a input type. I'm using a placeholder instead of an actual value. So I have an ID, name is ID, name is item, name is price. And then recognize here that my action, my button, has an action name of add with a capital A. And this is going to be created as a post method. So that way, as a post request, so this information will be put into a global post array for me to utilize. Notice that I use this period here for action. I don't think we did this in class, but what the period is doing is, let me demonstrate. So what will happen if I don't use it, let me go to add a product. So I have this. Let me take out that so we can demonstrate. So I'm going to take out the period and just leave action blank and go back to that product. And so now, let me refresh it just so I have it. So I still have left over this action equals add, which is how the controller knows to display my add product page. I'm not going to put anything in it because I don't have anything attached to it at the moment. But if I click on add, what you're going to see is that my URL stayed the same. And so if I put in the period, let me go back, let me put in the period. And what the period does is it says to go back to the root directory. So that would be synonymous with us typing in just this. And so that's going to be demonstrating, it'll show your index page. And so if I go back to that now, and I click on, there's my URL with the get request with the key value pairs. Now when I click on add, that string, that query string is going to go away. And so I just have, I'm back to my index page and whatever the controller is doing with all of that information. So that is what the period is all about. So for my different views, I have simply a complete HTML page, which is there you can see where I've included the menu, add a product, and then I have a form that is going to post the data to the index page for the index page to call and do whatever it needs to do. I also have a product update page, and we did this in class also. Again, there's my view menu, include the menu so that way that's on all of the pages. I have a form. That form is received a array of a product. Ideally, it's that single product that we sent over the ID from. We saw that in model, and I'll also show that in the controller. So this particular page is counting on an array of a single product, and that array of a single product is being put in as the value for each field. And then let me just show it on this page so remember what we're doing here. Put these side by side. So remember that this would be the edit page. So the edit page is getting filled in with data, and that data is coming because we have a single item in an array that we can put in as the values, as you can see here. We said that we were going to hide this ID. I don't currently have it hidden because I wanted to see it, but if we type in the word hidden, spelled correctly, then we should not see that field, but we needed that field to still get posted to, when we clicked on update, we needed that field to still send over that unique ID, so we had it. Otherwise, we would have lost it, because remember, you lose data from request to request. So I'll put it back in just so we see it, that it does exist there. I need that ID, and I need that ID so that way when I click on update, the function will know which ID to update. So that's pretty much that particular field, or that particular page. And then we also have the products page, which is, again, it's going into our function, our database function, and getting all of our products and then looping through all of those products and displaying them here. So those are our views. So remember, view is simply the HTML that is being displayed to our users. So our model is handling the interaction with our database, with our data. Our views is simply what we're demonstrating or displaying to our users. And then in the next video, we'll remember that index is our controller, which is the controller between the view and the models.